Mia, I've decided to change my life.
Really?
Yes.
Should I be excited this time?
What do you mean this time?
How many times have you said those exact words?
Probably more than I'd like to admit.
Every New Year?
Not just New Year. Sometimes on Mondays, sometimes after watching an inspiring video, sometimes after eating an entire pizza.
That's a surprisingly honest answer.
Actually, I brought something with me today.
What's that?
My old notebook.
You kept it?
Listen to this. Wake up at 5:30. Go to the gym every day. Read 50 books. No sugar. Meditate. Learn a new skill.
That's quite a list.
Now look at next year's list.
Wait, it's almost exactly the same.
Turn another page.
Jack, it's the same list again.
Apparently, every January, I believe I'm about to become a completely new person.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
When exactly were you planning to live?
What do you mean?
Your plan leaves almost no room for enjoying life. You're exercising, reading, learning, working, meditating. When do you simply relax?
I never thought about it like that.
I think a lot of people do this. We create a perfect version of ourselves. Then we feel disappointed when we can't become that person overnight.
So maybe the real question isn't, why can't I change?
Maybe it's, why do we keep making huge plans and then giving up?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cozy English Corner. I'm Jack.
And I'm Mia. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Today's episode isn't about becoming a completely different person by next Monday. It's about understanding why change feels so difficult and why it might actually be much simpler than we think.
Along the way, you'll learn 7 useful English expressions that native speakers use when talking about habits, goals, and making changes in life.
And at the end of the episode, we'll revisit all of them in our cozy word tour through the stories we've shared today.
If you enjoy learning English through relaxed conversations like this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Cozy English Corner.
Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever promised yourself, this time I'll really change?
If you have, you're definitely in good company.
You know what my biggest problem is?
Besides making impossible lists?
Very funny. No, my biggest problem is that my new life always starts next Monday.
Never today?
If it's Wednesday, I think, I'll start on Monday. If it's November, I think, I'll wait until January. If it's the middle of the month, I think, I'll start on the 1st.
So you're always waiting for the perfect beginning.
Exactly. I tell myself I'll take the first step when the timing is right.
That's a really useful expression. To take the first step simply means to begin something. You don't have to finish the whole journey, you just have to start.
The funny thing is, I spend more time planning my new life than actually living it.
What happened the last time you made one of your famous lists?
I followed it perfectly for 2 days. I woke up early, went to the gym, ate healthy food, read before bed, didn't look at my phone in the evening. I felt amazing.
Then what happened?
On Wednesday, I overslept. I skipped the gym. Then I thought, well, I've already ruined the week.
So you stopped completely?
Completely. One missed workout somehow became, I'll try again next month.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Looking back, I wasn't trying to improve one part of my life. I was trying to break every bad habit I had all at once.
Another great expression. To break a habit means to stop doing something you usually do, especially something that's unhealthy or unhelpful.
I wanted to eat better, sleep earlier, exercise more, read every day, spend less time on my phone, and become more organized. All in the same week.
That's exhausting just to listen to.
Exactly. So here's the question I've been asking myself. Why does this always happen? Why do so many of us start with so much excitement and give up so quickly?
Jack, I don't think you're failing for the reason you think.
And why do I keep failing?
Because you're trying to build a whole new life in one weekend.
I still think the real problem is motivation. Maybe I just need more of it.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt really motivated to clean your house?
Of course.
Did that motivation last forever?
Definitely not.
That's my point. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you have plenty of it. Other days, you don't want to do anything.
So what should we depend on instead?
Simple systems, small routines, things you can do even on a bad day.
I'm not sure that's enough. Changing your life sounds like a big job.
It is, but big jobs are usually finished in small pieces. Think about climbing a mountain.
You don't reach the top with one giant jump.
Exactly. You keep walking. One step, then another.
That reminds me of learning English. Nobody becomes fluent in one weekend.
Exactly. You learn a few new words today, a few more tomorrow. Then one day you realize you can have a conversation.
I never thought about it that way.
Or think about cooking. The first time you make a new recipe, it might not be perfect. The second time, it's a little better. After you've cooked it 10 times, you don't even need the recipe anymore.
So you're saying improvement is usually invisible at first.
Yes, I think we often hold ourselves back because we expect instant results.
That's a really useful expression. To hold yourself back means to stop yourself from making progress, often because your expectations are too high or you're afraid of failing.
Exactly. Instead of enjoying small improvements, we tell ourselves they're not enough.
I still have a hard time believing tiny steps can lead to big changes.
Well, that's because you're imagining the finish line instead of the next step. There's another expression I really like: one step at a time.
It means focusing on the next small action instead of worrying about the whole journey.
Exactly.
I'm still not completely convinced.
That's okay. Let's imagine something together.
All right, I'm listening.
And everyone listening can join us too. There's no right or wrong answer. Just use your imagination.
Okay.
Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning. Everything is exactly the same. The same home, the same job, the same school, the same responsibilities. Nothing in your life changes, except one tiny decision.
Only one?
Only one. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Maybe I leave my phone on the table while I eat breakfast.
That's a good one. I'd probably get up 10 minutes earlier and drink my coffee without rushing.
Or maybe I'd go for a short walk after breakfast. Nothing long, just 10 minutes.
I'd read one page of a book before checking my emails.
Or finally call that friend I've been meaning to call for weeks.
See? None of those ideas sound dramatic.
No, they're almost too small.
Exactly. Most of us imagine changing our lives by making huge decisions. Moving to another country, starting a completely new career, changing everything overnight.
Those ideas sound exciting.
They do, but here's a phrase I really like. Make a fresh start.
That's a useful one. To make a fresh start means to begin again in a positive way. It doesn't always mean changing your whole life. Sometimes it simply means choosing to do one thing differently.
I think people often believe a fresh start has to happen on New Year's Day, or on a Monday, or after something big happens.
When really, it could start tomorrow morning, or even this afternoon.
Exactly. So here's the question. If you changed just one small thing tomorrow, would it actually make any difference?
Honestly, I'm still not sure.
Fair enough.
Although, wait a second.
What is it?
This conversation reminds me of something that happened a few months ago. I didn't notice it at the time, but maybe you're right.
Tell me.
Some friends invited me on a hiking trip. My first answer was almost no.
Why?
Because I was tired. I'd had a busy week. I thought staying at home sounded much more comfortable.
That sounds familiar.
I even picked up my phone to write, "Sorry, maybe next time." Then I stopped. I thought, why do I always say next time? So I said yes.
Were you glad you went?
Very. The funny thing is, the hike itself wasn't extraordinary. We got lost once. Someone forgot the sandwiches. We laughed about it for the rest of the day.
Sometimes those are the best memories.
Exactly. A few weeks later, the same group invited me again. This time I didn't hesitate. Then another weekend. And another.
So it slowly became a habit.
Yes. Without planning it, I was walking almost every weekend. Then, one of the hikers invited me to join a beginner's fitness class.
Would the old Jack have said yes?
Probably not. But after saying yes once, the second time felt much easier.
That's a really interesting chain of events.
It all started because I did one thing that felt a little uncomfortable. I got out of my comfort zone.
I love that expression. To get out of your comfort zone means to do something that feels new or slightly scary instead of choosing what's familiar and easy.
You know what's funny? For a long time, I thought that hiking trip changed my life.
Didn't it?
I don't think so. It wasn't the hike. It was saying yes. That one small decision made the next one easier, then the next, and then the next.
So maybe change doesn't begin with a huge plan.
Maybe it begins with one small choice you're brave enough to make.
So, can I ask you the question we've been talking about all episode?
Go ahead.
Why do some people actually change while others keep starting over?
A few minutes ago, I would have said motivation. Now, I don't think that's the answer anymore.
Neither do I.
The people who change don't seem to wait for the perfect Monday. They don't wait until they feel inspired. And they don't try to change everything at once.
They simply choose the next small step. Then they choose another one.
Some days, they probably don't feel motivated at all, but they keep going anyway.
Exactly. And eventually, all those little decisions begin to turn things around.
That's a great expression. To turn things around means to improve a difficult situation or make something start going in a better direction.
It's usually much quieter than people imagine. Not one dramatic moment. Hundreds of ordinary choices.
You know, I think it's time for this notebook to change too.
Can I see it?
Here, 27 goals, 27 ways to fail.
What are you going to do?
Now I'll write just one thing. Walk for 20 minutes.
That's it?
That's enough. If I can do that consistently, I'll worry about the next step later.
You know what? I think that's the first list you'll actually finish.
For the first time, I think so too.
All right, it's time for our cozy word tour.
And I think today's expressions tell one complete story.
Let's start with take the first step. Remember how you kept saying, I'll start on Monday?
Yes, I spent so much time waiting for the perfect moment that I forgot the first step is simply starting.
Exactly. To take the first step means to begin something, even if it feels small. For example, I'm going to take the first step and go for a short walk today.
Sometimes the hardest step is the first one.
Next is break a habit.
That reminds me of my famous notebook. Every year, I wanted to break 10 habits at once.
To break a habit means to stop doing something you usually do, especially something that isn't helping you.
Now I know one habit at a time is enough.
Speaking of that, our next expression is hold yourself back.
I wasn't failing because I wasn't trying. I was holding myself back by expecting perfection.
Exactly. If you hold yourself back, you stop yourself from making progress, often because your expectations or fears get in the way.
Then we talked about one step at a time.
Remember the mountain? Nobody reaches the top with one giant jump.
The same is true for learning English or changing your life. Little by little really works.
Next is make a fresh start.
That was our tomorrow experiment. A fresh start doesn't have to wait for Monday or New Year's Day.
Sometimes it starts with one different decision tomorrow morning.
Then came my hiking story. That's where we used get out of your comfort zone.
It means doing something that feels new or a little uncomfortable, instead of always choosing what's familiar.
I'm so glad I said yes to that first hike.
And finally, turn things around.
That reminds me of the new notebook. Not 27 impossible goals, just one.
To turn things around means to make things start getting better, often through small, consistent actions.
7 expressions and one important lesson. Maybe changing your life isn't about making bigger plans.
Maybe it's about making the next small choice.
I completely agree.
Before we finish, can I see the notebook one more time?
Of course. Here you go.
One page, one goal. That's all?
For the first time, I think that's enough.
A few hours ago, you wanted to change your whole life.
Now, I just want to keep one promise to myself.
That feels much more realistic.
And strangely, it also feels much more exciting
Why?
because I finally believe I can actually do it.
Maybe that's what real confidence looks like. Not believing you can do everything, believing you'll keep taking the next step.
I like that.
So before we say goodbye, we'd like to leave you with one question. What's one small step you could take today? Not next Monday, not next month. Today.
Maybe that one small step is all future you has been waiting for.
Thanks so much for spending this time with us. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation here at Cozy English Corner.
If you did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us your thoughts in the comments.
What's one small habit you'd like to start this week?
See you next time.
Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and stay cozy.
Bye.